Oh, I think I am live. Okay, yeah, hey, welcome everybody to another episode of my live streams. My name is Victor Moore. For those who are new to my channel, I want to introduce myself. I am a freelance 3D artist for over 12 years now. I'm working on as a generalist, as a game artist. So a little information about me. I'm waiting for some participants in the chat. Um, and yeah, in this channel or in this live streams, I like to talk about some topics about 3D and games topics, industry and art industry in general, film industry. So yeah, you're welcome to participate in discussions in the chat or in the comment section below this video. Yeah, and please like and subscribe if you like what you are seeing here. Today I want to spend some time with this character, with this artwork, and for this I will use this pre-made base mesh I made some years ago actually, but I never used it for some reason. I don't know why. And I thought about like, hey, I have this base mesh. Maybe I will use it someday. And yeah, I want to use it today. If you are interested in this base mesh, I show you like um, I have a Gumroad channel right now. Um, yeah, I'm new to Gumroad, and I share here. I start to share here my like brushes, base meshes, or tools I'm creating. I created this tool, for example, some days ago. I was working on it for I don't know some months or so, and I finished it this week. What this does is actually it supports you to create your web images a little bit more professional, a little bit more with some depth or with some contrast and lights and so on. So give it a try. And for this video, I will use this base mesh. So if you want, you can get it on my Gumroad. The links are below this video. And yeah, let's start. I already prepared a camera. Let me switch over to ZBrush view like this. And yeah, I already created a, so to speed up a little bit this process, I created a camera already and I pasted the artwork to the background, and as a security or as a like backup, I have another method for bringing this into the background, this artwork, because it didn't work last time. So I hope I will not have any issues with it this time. So yeah, let's start. What I want first is focus on the upper body because yeah, he is standing in a position, of course, and I want to get the upper section right first. And I will create this position, this pose as well, I think. So yeah, let's have a look what we can do. This model has, let me see. First thing I do is I open the mouth like this. And of course you need to make some space for the in the mouth because I want to create some teeth. And the posing, I think I will create it a little bit later. So I want a view on his face. Something like this, and I store it. Mm. Uh, Paul is asking, how do I create a blockout for this? I already created this. I use a pre-made blockout for this because I want to speed up a little bit the process. So you find this Basemesh on my Gumroad channel if you want. The link is down below this live stream. I think he has a pretty short nose. Something like this. Of course, without hair, it looks strange with these long or big ears. But I will see. I think I can create the hair pretty early in the process to fill up this gap. I mean, this huge head he has. I think I will place these as some kind of placeholder. Is there a faster way than appending every mesh by itself? You mean, oh yeah, of course you can use like pre-made base meshes like I do. I do it often with like client work. I never create a base mesh for client work. I always use pre-made base meshes, and when I have some time, I create it like by myself. I mean, I pre-make it by myself and save it like human bodies, creature bodies, and this stuff. I pre-make them and use them when I need them. I give this some structure first, or yeah, for a better representation, I give this a structure. or a better feel, I mean, for the character. Of course, it's not pretty, but it should actually work. Doesn't have to be pretty right now. But I'm already planning ahead this how the hair is, like how the feeling of the hair is. Thank you very much. So yeah, if you want to block your character first, you should block it like to this stage, I think, because it makes a lot of things easier. I create a tongue for him. Extract it and make a quick one like this. Oh, I forget always. To load a reference at the site. Since Ether and Danut here. Yeah, welcome to my live stream. Let me create something here to watch on, and then I will come to your comments. Of course, you do not need everything here. I mean, like this snoot here, like this lips or this lower lip. I don't know if you need it. I thought it's good to have it. So he is really angry. Like for a game character, of course, you created like a relaxed version, and then you create more expression later. But here you can go with expression right away. Like to have this block, yeah, like this block out here is actually a pretty good time saver. So I really recommend to use after you like learned enough um, anatomy and this stuff. I really recommend to use pre-made, pre-built meshes like this. And this is actually the, like, when you are creating a character, this is, I would say, like pushing and pulling around this model here is about, I would say, 80% of your work. Of course, later comes like detailing and this stuff. Mhm. Yeah, you're right. Having the general shape in place first helps you in the long run. Yes, that's right. Um, I need some teeth. So I go to tools and this one again. I like this guy here because you get pretty cool pre-made pre-made teeth here. Um, he has layers, bake, bake all, then delete the mouth. Of course, these are human teeth. Looks strange right now, but we will change them. And yeah, I'm happy to have you here as well. So welcome. Oh, my tea is empty. Anyway, so maybe I have to catch some tea there later. So do not spend too much on details like this. Too much time on details like this at first, but I want a feeling like some kind of correct representation of a creature or of a wolf. Something like this. So you have something for the eyes, like something pleasing for the eyes first. Okay, and then of course you can like work further on hair creation or on hair planning. So how much hair you need, how much hair you want. Something like this. I mean, it's like I said, it's not pretty in the first place, but trust the plot process. Just something like this, okay? So you have this volume there. Um, Sin Eater, let me read. Oh, how do I, let me, how do I save my view? It's actually this, this is my UI I created. You find it in the Gumroad, on my Gumroad channel as well as a free download, so you can download it. And yeah, I have these buttons here. I use them, or you can just go here and use these ones. Okay, it's the same buttons there. You see? Yeah, this is how I log my view. And of course, I can store my camera here. I already explained it on another video how I use this. So I'll have a look in other videos of mine where I explain how I use this. Okay, let me see what I can do now. I can work on I mean, the body itself is actually already pretty good for this character. I can, of course, adjust the body here and there. I think he has a little bit bigger shoulders. And a little bit bigger, like, lat muscles. So he is bulkier than my version. But generally, it's a already pretty good representation from the body. That's why when you are like when you are doing characters like this, and you can use pre-made, pre-built models like this, you save yourself a lot of time. Do you use Marmoset toolbag? Actually, not. Since I'm using Blender for rendering, I'm not using Marmoset. And actually, I used Marmoset, I think, I don't know, 10 years ago or so, last time. So I know the software evolved a lot, but I don't know for what I would use it, because for rendering you can use Blender, and for baking I like to use Substance Painter. So he has bigger arms and bigger forearms, like this. And yeah, of course you can join my Discord. So the link is in the description below. You can like post your whip images, whip projects if you want. If you want to share your projects, your stuff you're working on, and create some volume like for the back hair. And I think it's going like to the tail there. I extract it like it is, then inflate everything a little bit, and then Dynamesh. And this is of course not final, okay? So please work on your blocking for the hair as well, okay? So you have to block your hair first. Um, what it's called video with explanation. You mean the stream? What I'm doing here, or what do you want to what do you want to know? I mean, yes, actually, it's me working on characters. Yes, if you want to call it like video with explanation, you're welcome to call it like this. I am demonstrating here what I'm working on. And yeah, I just explained how I do it, and you're welcome to join this process, to enjoy the process if you want, or asking things. Maybe I missed a question you wanted to know. I don't know. Like the back hair, like back hair. I created just like this to have something to work with. Okay, it's something for the eyes to work with. And I extract the eyebrows. This looks very cool. Delete close holes and Dynamesh. Now I can hire the subdivision levels and work further. Of course, you can separate the head first. Let me split the head, hire subdivisions. And yes, of course, you need to learn first human anatomy for this. And of course, you need to learn um, uh, animal anatomy. So if you have this question, yes, you need to learn everything for this process. I mean by everything, I mean like everything related to uh, art related stuff. And Sagad is on the stream in the chat. Do you your question? Do you like finish this piece or just? I mean, what do you mean by finish? Like a game ready piece? I think not, because it takes a lot of time, and I am pretty busy right now with creating. First, I'm creating a lot of like feedback videos for my patrons. Second, I'm creating some stuff for my Gumroad. I'm working on some tools, because sometimes I have this like sometimes I enjoy um, creating tools like which are helping me, and of course I want to help you with speeding up your process, like rendering process or sculpting process. So short answer, I will not create it like a game character, like a game ready character. This takes a lot of time, of course. And yeah, like I said, on YouTube, people are not watching like a series of videos on YouTube. That's why it's really, really hard to create a series like for like I mean, I would love to create this as a game ready piece, okay, but the usual uh, YouTube audience is not watching it too much. I mean, the first video will be watched like, I don't know, for 1,000 times. I mean, 1,000 clicks. And when it comes to like finishing the piece, viewer counts are dropping a lot. That's why it's not worth it for YouTube creators to work on one piece for a long time. And yeah, like I said, I'm of course busy working on other things. Why do I ask? Is it because you're missing like the full process, or is it understandable? I'm too lazy for making game ready character. Yeah, actually, high poly creation like this is I would say it's like, to my opinion, it's more important than like low poly creation. And like, I mean, the industry, like the game industry, or game um, technology is evolving so much that you actually, in some years, I would say, you will not need a low poly anymore. So I would say invest more time in creating really appealing pieces, like really appealing characters. And this can be high poly, I think. It's of course just my opinion. But with like technology like Nanai from how it's called, from Unreal Engine, this nanite technology is evolving so much. So I think we will not have uh, low poly, especially on the AAA industry. We will not have a lot of like low poly stuff. I mean, characters right now are not created in low poly anymore. Actually, for games like how it's called, Fortnite, I think they use a poly count of, I don't know, like 60,000 polygons, which is actually not low poly anymore. Low poly is needed for uh, mobile games still, but even this section is like evolving, of course. Technology evolves. And things like low poly creation and baking and this stuff is not needed too much anymore. I mean, in the future, right now it's needed, but in the future, less and less. That's why, yeah, of course, spend some time or more time on creating like appealing characters first, and learn anatomy, of course. And yeah, this is again, I'm creating this anatomy from my mind and from this artwork here. I'm not creating, or I do not need like a book with anatomy book anymore. I mean, for details, like I always say, for details, I need one. But for general anatomy, you do not need. I mean, when you practice anatomy a lot, then you will reach a point where you do not actually need references for anatomy. Of course, when you want to create like a really, really realistic character, like a human being, of course you need a lot of references. But actually, these characters are made from scans anymore, anyway. So no one is actually creating characters, realistic characters by hand. Creatures, yes, but like human beings, actually not. Yeah, I mean, this is of course future. What I think of. I think like in 10 or 15 years, it will be like the technology will be so far that we do not need to retopologize or like, yeah, of course, like I said, of course you will like for slightly details, like for small details like skin pores and this stuff, you will bake this. But right now they are using for stylized characters in Fortnite 60,000 polygons. And I think in 10 years or so, I think the characters will have like, I don't know, 200,000 polygons or whatever, and you will just bake the really small details. But this the need for retopo and baking will be actually less and less. This is what I'm expecting from the technology when it's evolving. And with AI, we actually do not know what we get, what kind of games we get actually in the future. Maybe um, maybe the whole like rendering process will be AI supported, um, like pores and like details. So I mean, you have a character like this, okay, with no details, like this, and the AI is like the AI knows what kind of character this is, and it's applying details like hair and this stuff. So I think this will be the future of game game art. So yeah, like I said, I would focus more on creating. Of course, you can be like, hey, I want to make like low poly art, my profession. Of course, you can do it. There is a market for this. So you're just doing the whole day. You're doing just low poly. Of course, you can do it like this. So this is, of course, still like not finishing or so. It's still blocking face. So yeah, I hope you understand why I'm not creating like really finished characters here on my channel. And of course, like I'm doing on my channels right now what I actually enjoy doing, and I really enjoy this like this process of some kind of this is really creative. Like how do you build this thing in high poly? So low poly is really annoying sometimes, and it's not enjoyable actually. So I do it because I have to do it, but it's not something that I really enjoy. Like, oh wow, I can create a low poly character here. Um, and it's of course it's taking a lot of time, and yeah, like I said, like on many, I see it actually on many profiles, like YouTubers who are creating stuff for years. They have a really cool, just as an example, they have a really cool character, um, and the first video is like getting hundreds, thousands of clicks, views, and already the second one is getting nearly like not even like 50% or so of views. So I take Snakehook for creating like more. So what I'm actually working on right now is the silhouette. I want the silhouette to feel correct before continuing with the full character. Actually, yesterday I finished my mini creature. um, okay, you are creating like Warhammer mini printables, right? Flip Normals did a video about this. You mean like fundamentals video, right? Actually, yes. I'm planning creating someday. I want like my English is not perfect. That's why I'm not creating like really technical videos right now. I have some issues with technical videos, creating technical videos. First, I do not enjoy creating them a lot. I mean, it's a more a must. And of course, my English is not good enough for like it takes lot of time to create them. And I'm planning to create some courses, and I think there is a difference between courses and tutorials. I call myself, thank you very much, but yeah, like free talking is a little bit easier than specific like explaining technical things. It's yeah harder to do. But yeah, like I said, I want to create more courses because, and I think there is a difference between courses and tutorials, because I think a tutorial is really explaining like this is the button here, this is a, I don't know, this is a mouse, this is a keyboard, this is a computer, this is a pen, this is a whatever, and they are getting or going really deep into the like technical stuff. But I call my things, like I'm creating like this video, this stream is more like a course. I'm showing what I'm doing, and I'm teaching through showing. This is what I call a course. So I'm not explaining every single button, but I'm explaining like the overall thing. Yeah, and actually I'm planning I'm planning to create courses about fundamentals, especially on anatomy. I already started them creating, but it will take some time. But you will find out on my Discord. I will share it definitely on my Discord, and yeah, but I'm actually planning to have to create some courses about anatomy, like more into depth. But like I said, I will not explain um, I will not explain ZBrush first, or I will not explain too much technical stuff, techniques maybe, but not technical. Like this is a button for this is button for extracting, this is button for rotating or whatever. So you need to know this stuff, but actually you can use whatever you want. You can use Blender if you want, of course, because it's not like specific for ZBrush. This knowledge is actually, you have to translate this knowledge anyway for any, like for Maya, for 3ds Max, for Blender, for whatever. You have to be able to translate this knowledge to other software. So do not rely too much on software. And yeah, actually I was on vacation, and I thought about it, that I think I want to like rebuild my Patreon, because yeah, like I said, I want to create more courses, but not now. Of course, it's not happening like tomorrow or so. Yeah, grab a tea or a coffee if you want, and yeah, of course you can listen to my stream and to my voice if you want. You're welcome. So and yeah, I'm planning to rebuild like my Patreon a little bit. So sometimes I have this feeling like many people do not actually want like teaching. They want more more, how it's called. Oh, I notice he has just 4 fingers. I will need to remove 1 finger. Like many people or many of my students do not actually need this teaching. they need, or they do not need courses, they need actually just guiding um, in, yeah, portfolio or just feedbacks. Okay, so that's why I was thinking about, okay, maybe I should um, divide these things from each other and maybe lower the price on Patreon. Maybe some, or maybe more people are like able to afford Patreon, because yeah, sure, uh, it's not cheap for many people, and truly understand it, and that's why I want to rebuild it a little bit, lower the price there, and yeah, and like people who want more courses, they can buy the courses on Gumroad, and people who are more into coaching, they can get coaching on Patreon. So this is my idea actually. So I'm not sure if this will like work out, but I think it's a more fair trade, or can I say it like this? More fair trade, like for yeah, I think I can say it like this. I'm not sure. Um, yeah, I think you're right. Like, but I have a question. What do you mean by like the old way? You mean a real school, or do you mean more like uh, teaching actually? Do you mean actually teaching in school by old school? Oh yeah, actually, old school or not, fundamentals is actually always yeah, the right thing to do, or right thing to learn. Basics. Yes. You mean a school, a teacher, a class? Yes. Actually, I really recommend to get into a real education. I mean, a online course cannot teach you the same, or it can actually teach you the same thing, but at the same time, it's really, really hard, because there is this distance between a teacher and student. And when you want to be a more like self-taught artist, you go actually like the long way. It's possible, but it takes much longer time than being taught by a school. So I remove one, or actually, it's not making sense that he has just 4 fingers, because actually wolves have 3 fingers. I mean, it doesn't look like, because the thumb is actually on a wolf, or on a dog. The thumb is actually here. Okay, it's they have really long like arms or fingers. This part is really long, and the thumb is actually here, like there. Okay, so because this is a like from a human being, it's actually not um, doesn't make actually sense that he has just four fingers. Let me read. Yeah, actually, you're right. Okay, let me continue here. So, like I said, this is still blocking phase. Okay, so let's see how far we come. Just blocking out the muscles. The forearm, oops, is actually covered by hair. That's why you do not need to like create it really perfect. It doesn't. It has just to be like believable. In like first, okay. So later, of course, you need to finalize it or finish. Have you ever tried Mudbox? I think in my beginning, like 12 years ago, yes, but is Mudbox actually a thing, still a thing? Because I think I didn't see anything from Mudbox since then, actually. Since, I mean, the old days. Um, yeah, actually, I didn't see Mudbox for a long time, but I used it in my student time. So Mudbox is actually not a thing. I think you can use when you do not have ZBrush, you can use Blender. So I over to Blender or whatever, or Mudbox maybe. Oh, OBS. I hope my stream is still alive. Let me watch because I get a message from OBS. I think my stream is online. Okay, I think my stream is online again. Okay, So let me create this quickly. I think my internet connection is not stable. So I hope it will not break or end the stream. Anyway, okay, I just continue and you tell me if the stream is still available or not. Seems to be okay. Okay, thank you. On a creature, I would say like on a creature like this, you do not have to have really perfect like defined muscularity and this stuff. So when the anatomy is a little bit off, it's a bit more forgiving. So do not think that you have to create it like perfect, like a bodybuilder or a I don't know. So when you create it a little bit less perfect, then it's actually more appealing to a as a monster. So on some point you can actually go a little bit more crazy with the anatomy. Yeah, a little bit unstable, the stream. I hope it will be okay for today. And yeah, for the you carry on. For the like for the anatomy, you can of course watch examples like I don't know, like people who are muscular but not like too much defined or whatever, which are a little bit older, maybe a little bit more fat, a little bit more skin hanging down or whatever. So be creative with monsters. This is why actually creatures and monsters are fun to create because you can you can create stuff like this and it doesn't have to be always perfect. So the legs are more covered in hair. That's why I think I do not need a like separate piece like this. I just duplicate it like this and draw the hair right on it. Like I said, it's just a placeholder with this hair. It's not finished or whatever. I just want to break up the silhouette a little bit more and watch how much or where I need to create hair and yeah, how much space will it actually need on like in the creation process. Yeah, same thing. I was drawing a lot as a kid as well. Like superheroes and this stuff. And through this, I learned actually anatomy a lot. So the hair here is like this. So it's more covered here. I will see how much of the hair is actually needed. So do not finish the hair like here when it's covered that this much. I duplicate this one and create a Dynamesh. Yeah, actually, yeah, I was the same actually. I was getting into 3D more and more because I find it like very, very cool, very interesting to bring them alive, like you say. So you are not practicing. Do you work in the industry, or do you just do your stuff as a hobby? Because I'm practicing actually a lot, um, even if I am a professional artist, I'm practicing. I still practice a lot, and this is something I would recommend to everybody to not stop practicing. So first I created like symmetric like this, and then later I will see if I like of course I will rebuild it. Let me close holes like this. Oh, you're just doing it as a hobby. Um, and why don't you work in the industry if you're really good? And do you have a good job, or um, why aren't you not working in the 3D industry? Oh, you're you're lagging discipline. That's actually a good point. Many people are lagging discipline when it comes to self-employment or like getting into a job, um, especially in a job where, I mean, when you are a lawyer or a doctor, you learn it in your like education in the university, and then you are like on some point you are, or on some day you are employed, and you do not have to evolve. I mean, of course you have to learn a lot more, like more and more as a doctor, but actually yeah, maybe it's a wrong comparison with doctors, because actually they are learning more, I mean, further and further. But I hope you get the idea. What I want to say is you have some professions where you do not need to learn anymore. When you learn something and you do it like in a store, okay, like just selling grocery or whatever, you do not need to learn anymore. And yeah, in our industry, you have to learn and learn and learn. further and further, and the studios are like asking you why you are not learning more. I mean, more and more. I hope I can bring this point across. It's of course really hard to explain what I mean. Oh, you're not good enough. Yeah, that can be actually that you are. This is something. Um, yeah, like for employment in the art industry, you need to be really, really good. Um, yeah, and like I said, always constantly evolving, always learning. But it's actually a strength to realize, oh, I'm not good enough. I enjoy what I do. I mean, I enjoy it, but I'm not good enough. It's actually a good thing to realize. Many people think like, oh, I did a tutorial and I am ready for a job. And this is always not the case, or actually never the case. This is what I wanted to say last time on my last stream, that I think tutorials or like YouTube artists tutorials are um, like you get this impression that it's easy, and many artists are telling like, hey, you just have to do things. Like I saw a video from a an artist who was telling like, hey man, what are you doing? You just have to do things, and you will be like on some point you will reach a level where you can get into a studio. And I was like, actually it's not true. I don't want to tell like names, but maybe you know what I'm who I mean. It's a uh, well known artist on on YouTube, and I know what he wants to do. Actually, he wants to motivate people, but sometimes motivation goes into the wrong direction, especially uh, from from someone who is already into the industry. He misses sometimes like the uh like professional artists. Professional artists like tend to tell like, oh, it's really easy to do. I think like sometimes I'm not getting like, why is someone not getting the right proportions in anatomy? And I think like, hey, it's totally easy to do. Why don't you get it? Okay, but it's actually from a professional standpoint, I can tell like, hey, it's really easy. But from a like from a standpoint of a beginner, it's actually not easy. And sometimes, yeah, like I said, sometimes professionals are telling like, oh, you just have to do it. You just have to start. But it's actually not that easy just to start. Yeah, it's actually a good point. A pipeline workflow, like you have to fit with your knowledge, you have to fit into a pipeline. That's actually true. Um, but I think many studios are like missing the point where they actually have to educate you into their pipeline, because not every pipeline is the same. But they are telling like, oh, when you do not know our pipeline, then you are not employable here. Where I tell like, why? Actually, to learn a pipeline is a matter of, I think, I don't know, like months or so. I mean, I'm not a Maya user, and I will not learn it on my own. But if a studio says like, "Hey, we want to employ you, you are good enough or whatever, but we want you to learn Maya," then I of course can learn Maya. It's actually pretty easy to learn a program, but they will not employ you just because you do not have experience in Maya, and this is something actually is getting wrong in the industry. So let me save my progress. This is something like many studios are on a wrong path. I think that they tell like, oh, you are using Blender. We need someone with Maya knowledge. And I think like, okay, what's the matter? I can learn any program you want. Actually, you just need to employ me first. You just have to pay me second, and just give me some time to learn it. So it's not a huge deal. It's not a huge thing to learn like Maya 3ds Max or whatever. Um, I mean, I was educated from my school. I was educated in ZBrush, and I switched. I was employed as a student. I was already employed like in a paid, how it's called, in a paid internship, and I was learning at the side. I mean, I was creating my portfolio and this stuff in Softimash, but I was working already in 3ds Max, and I was learning, I don't know, like three other programs at the side of my studies. And yeah, it worked because I had a studio that was actually teaching me and giving me time. So I want to have, oops, some tea. Um, Super Trooper is in the stream. Let me read. No, concept artist, the concept art is not mine. I do not create concept arts. I'm not a 2D artist. This concept art is from actually, I think it's a studio, but I'm not sure. The studio is called Free Studio, but they do not have a lot like artworks on their page. That's why I'm not sure if it's like a really like big studio or is it a single person. But yeah, actually, I like this. I like this artwork a lot. Um, and on my Discord, you find like the front view and the side view, or the back view as well. So when you want to join my Discord, the link is in this description. When you want to use a how it's called, base mesh for this. I mean, I had this base mesh and I was thinking like, hey, I have this base mesh, I want to use it. And I shared it on, let me show you again. I have it here on my Gumroad. Of course, you can purchase. Yeah, it's not free. The price is not showing here, but like it's $3. I mean, it helps me, of course, to realize like these videos and this stuff, like financially. It's not much for me. It's not much, I think. And like I was creating a tool for rendering. If you want, you can purchase it. It helps me a lot. And of course, you get like this tool contains a tutorial as well. So yeah. And yeah, I was creating this from my base mesh, from my own base mesh, but I think his head should be a little bit more wider. Something like this. But these are just details. So overall, I was working on this, on the concept of this clothing here. Actually, I thought about it if I should go into concept art more, or learn concept art and go like in concept art more, because I actually my background was 2D. I was drawing a lot, and I really like drawing, but I do not do it too much right now. And I think I'm not creative enough for like being a concept artist, because you do not just draw beautiful stuff or so. You are just you are actually yeah, creating new ideas, and I think I'm not creative enough. I can actually like be creative, like realizing this character to a 3D piece, but I'm not creative enough to create this character on my own. Yeah, actually, the time where you are like, we are getting older, I'm getting older, and I realize how much things are changing. I mean, this doesn't have to do with art. It's actually always the case. But you're realizing that how much is changing actually in the world. And yeah, like always, old people are not enjoying new stuff. And I'm like, oh, TikTok is not mine. I mean, I have a TikTok account, but I never use it because it actually makes no sense for me as an art. I mean, as an artist, I mean, I'm educating people. I want to educate um, people in my stuff, in my art. I'm not like entertaining people. Of course, I would love to have a better English so I can on Sunday uh, like entertain you as well at the site, like the Blender Guru, very cool guy. Let me see. Yeah, but yeah, TikTok is actually for more for not for educating, but for entertainment. And yeah, like I said, like every old person, I'm like, actually, it's not mine. I'm not into it. And things changing, like sometimes it's yeah, frightening you. I hope I can say it like this. Um, and there is someone, Zany. Welcome. Yeah, you try to avoid TikTok for your own sanity. Yes. Actually, like with um, Instagram is the same thing. Like when I open YouTube, I'm full into like, hey, I'm hearing like music and I'm chilling out. But when I turn on Instagram, it's always like, oh, this is funny, this is funny, this is funny, and then another like hour is gone, and that's why I usually do not open Instagram too much, and I do not open TikTok too much. Zini has a question, I think. Do you have a recommendation for female anatomy on YouTube? Actually, good question. Um, I do not. I'm sorry. I do not have a specific channel. I think. Do I have? I think I have some videos about. I mean, I have of course videos about female anatomy. So I mean, actually not about the anatomy itself. I'm just showing how I build female characters. But if this helps you, I can share it with you. But like I said, I do not have a like specific channel in my head which I can recommend. Um, in this video, I'm creating a female character. I hope this helps you. Let me see. But yeah, like I said, anatomy, not too much. But I'm working on courses for anatomy, and you can, of course, have a look. This will take, of course, some time until I create, but you can have a look in the future in my Gumroad channel or in my ArtStation channel. I'm creating, or I try to create more fundamental stuff. And of course, I start with anatomy. Actually, anatomy is my most favorite theme, and yeah, in arts. I love to create anatomy a lot. But getting good education in anatomy, for example, is not easy, especially free anatomy courses. I mean, I can recommend you Ryan Kinsling. Ryan Kingsling. I don't know how it's pronounced. Let me watch. This guy here, Ryan Kingsling. I recommend you this channel here for anatomy in general, and I think he has a lot of like courses for you. But I'm trying to create my my own courses about anatomy, and I hope you will like I hope to create some someday. Sandy Moon, thank you very much. Um, oh, you are a total 3D newbie, but you want already to create folds and clothing. It's actually it's not going hand in hand, like being a newbie and creating clothing. Um, I try to show you something. Like, let me see. Mm, I mean, I would always recommend to learn anatomy. I mean, anatomy or 3D in general. I have on my Patreon, I have a course. I mean, I have a video about or some videos, I think, about creating clothing. But a quick tip. Let me show you a quick tip. Like sometimes you have clothing. I mean, you have some like many different types of clothing. I mean, how it's hanging, how it's creating folds. So I show you one. Um, like when you are creating like a sleeve, okay, you can create it like in X's like this. Okay, and then take your Damien standards and go along these axes like this. It's of course a quick and dirty version. And there you have like some kind of, and here of course as well. Okay, these are continuing there, like an axis, like this. It's a quick and dirty version, but I hope you get the idea how it's like. This is the way I create stylized folds on like sleeves, for example. So of course it's dirty here. It's not. It's you have to refine it, but this is a way you can create pretty easy and pretty quick folds on sleeves, for example. This is like a sleeve, okay? So of course they are like more like this, okay? So they are more squeezed. So yeah, there are, yeah, like I said, many types of folds, but when you squeeze like a, soda can, okay, this looks the same actually. It's going like in axis around. So I hope this helps you. This quick demonstration on more complex things like this. Of course, it's like torn apart. Yeah, like it's always actually like a soda can when you squeeze it down. Like do some research or do some like um, just get some clothing on your own, lie it down on your bed or on your couch and try to draw it. What you see, you learn through like 2D studies. You learn a lot. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, actually, back to the like tutorial stuff. Yeah, actually, it's true. Some people think like, hey, I watched a tutorial like creating um, a game, like someone is creating a game, and people are falling into this trap like, oh, I watched someone creating a game and it's actually easy to do. I mean, what I see there is actually not hard to repeat, and I think I can do the same, and it's actually not true. Actually, you have to have like um, know a lot about yeah, how computers work, like scientific stuff, actually. Let's create some pants for him. Whoops, that's too much. Like this, and here. Um, Merge down, okay. I think his hip is a little bit more narrow than on my character. Yeah, something like this. This will work actually. Um, you have a question like, I also want to ask if how the clothing folds matter to someone who is rigging and animating the character. Actually, it's yeah, it matters a lot. I mean, the clothing should be some kind of not in the way um, when you are creating like clothing here, okay, where the arm is bending, then of course it has to be properly made, and yeah, actually you want to avoid like that it's some kind of in the way or some kind of like folds which are not making sense here in this armpit. Okay, so please watch when you have a jacket or a like long sleeve shirt. Please watch closely how the folds are made or how the folds are like building on this cloth after like wearing this piece for a day or so. Make a photo, like wear this yeah long sleeve shirt for a day, and like in front of a mirror, just make a picture and try to draw it in 2D and try to understand how it's working, like in the armpit, in the like um, in the how it's called behind the knee or at the back of the knee. I mean, how it's like folding there. Okay, it it is actually a very very important thing to watch. Zeni, you're welcome. Yeah, like I said, actually on some day on some stream I was telling like I was learning a lot from time-lapse videos back then. I mean, 100 years ago. So you do not need always have um, tutorials. Actually, you can learn a lot from time-lapse videos or from videos which are just showing things, and you are like, oh, this is something interesting. I want to know. I want to learn this, and I want to try out myself. It's more important to try out on your own than watching tutorials, I think. So with folds, it's the same like with anatomy. It's of course you have to learn it a lot. I mean, study. when you are extracting, preventing, I mean, when you are extracting something like geometry, you have these holes and you want to prevent this from closing. Yes, you can just work like this and just um, remesh it like this. So it's not closing there. I hope you mean this. So you can prevent it like just create it like this, like a cylinder. Sometimes or mostly I close the holes because when I work on like folding here, it's damaging the inner side, and it's creating some side effects, some ugly side effects. That's why I'm closing the hole here, and I work from like with closed holes. It's a little bit like easier. Yeah, like I said, when you are extracting, actually it's creating like this ring. So it depends, of course, when you need this like um, this particular geometry because you are like lifting it up from the leg and you need it like this. Okay, so the player or the viewer is watching on this side here. Then of course you create it like a ring. Um, Here it's not the case actually, but I still I'm still able to create it like this, like insert some like depth there, and then have the same actually same effect, but without the uh, like double how it's called the without these issues here. Like create it a little bit less bulky, like clothing here. Especially for printing, it's better to do it like this. So when you want to create printing models, I would do it more like this. But for like mobile games or whatever, you can do it like this as well. Even if you see it, it's not that like it's not that bad to do it like this. It's stylized anyway, I mean. Oh, he has some kind of belt there. Extract this one with like this, and yeah, like I said, when you need this double-sided ring like on this piece, for example, it's hanging down, and of course I see it from this side. That's why I would keep it here, not closing the hole, but on pieces like this, you can close the hole. Especially, like I said, especially on printing models, it's better to do this technique. Yes. Okay. When you want to create like animation, like for a Disney movie or whatever, it's completely different. When you are like I have this mess here. Okay, I will clean it up, but for a like for a Disney animation, you want actually to have more like clothing like this, okay, which is really thin. So it's like behaving like real clothing, like in the simulation. That's why for Disney animation, the workflow is completely different. So it depends, of course, for what kind of media you are producing. Or like animation for your portfolio, depends on what kind of industry you want to go. The techniques or the workflows are a bit different. But I mean, you can learn it. It's not that hard. And this is what I meant. Like many studios are not thinking like, oh, this person can learn it. It's this person is good enough to employ this person, and he will learn it. Most studios are like, oh, you cannot do it now, then you will never do it. Like, um, I am from actually from my origins are from advertisement industry, and for a advertisement artist, it's really hard to get into games industry because actually most studios are thinking like, oh, here's from advertisement. We don't know if he can do it like proper characters, but actually my portfolio shows I can. But the studios are not willing to give a like a generalist a chance to learn actually. So even if I cannot do it now, I can learn it actually. Something like this, because he has like some kind of I don't know what this actually is, like this hanging cloth pieces there. Yeah, actually, yeah, most studios are not like um, flexible enough for for the yeah for particular like people or educating you. That's why they are always requiring like, hey, we want a fresh new person, fresh new like with fresh new ideas, but you have to have I don't know 10 years of experience. And it's like you're asking yourself like, how does this work? someone with, I mean, fresh person and someone with a lot of experience. I mean, from a fresh person from as a student or whatever. Or some studios are telling like, hey, we are investing in the future in new fresh uh, talents, and when a fresh new talent comes there and wants to be employed, they are telling like, hey, you are not experienced enough. Yeah, it's actually a harsh climate. Yeah, good question. How many pieces do you need for a portfolio, or minimum? There is actually not a maximum. I mean, you can have as many pieces as you want in your portfolio, but I would say a minimum is 3 pieces. 3 pieces, not one, three. I would say a male character, a female character, and a creature or a monster, or whatever. These are the 3 pieces you need. Actually, I told it already on another stream. On another stream, that I saw someone getting a very, very good job at a major studio with just one piece in his portfolio. Just one. But this one piece was actually brilliant. It was, yeah, I don't know. It was very, very good, very realistic. But I think it's one of, I don't know, million um, of artists who is this good. Okay, and it was a like a student or a like after student time, and this um and he created like one piece, one character, and one male Viking character, and he got the job. But I would say for a normal person, at least 3 pieces. And of course, hair creation, cloth creation. You will not like watch for a job with a piece like this, not finished. Okay. Of course, you can share like as a beginner artist, you can, or as a student, you can share some web images. But after student time, I would never change, or I would never show student pieces or study pieces. I show study pieces on my art station just because I want to share with you guys, because I want to show what I'm working on. But when you want to be employed in the studio, I would say do not show any um, studies, just finished pieces. I I am actually collecting next week on Monday. I will do a special stream where I will show portfolios. I will review portfolios which were like shared with me. I'm still working on it. I'm still not sure if I want to show the name and the stuff, because I do not want to like to be um how it's called. I do not want to expose people too much. I don't know if it's a good thing to expose someone with a name and this stuff. But actually I'm getting on my Discord, I'm getting portfolios, and I want to review them. And yeah, of course, I cannot create a full like in detail review. I do with my patrons a lot of like back and forth. They are sending me something and I give them feedback, and hey, You can take this one and take this one out of your portfolio and whatever. But I will do a I think next Monday I will do four portfolios. I want to go as much into detail as I can, but I will not, of course, go too much into detail. There is not enough time for this. But I think four portfolios next Monday. And yeah, like I said, shortly or short answer, at least 3 pieces. I'm not sure what is FTW FTWB. Can you write it like I'm not sure what FTWB means. But yeah, like I said, I will review some portfolios or some profiles. Some are like more, yeah, like more detailed, more advanced, and okay. Oh, okay. Now I get it. B is the sunglasses emoji. Okay, I didn't know actually. I'm too old for this. I think I'm too old for um yeah, and maybe you can like learn something for your portfolio. I'm sure you can from these reviews. And if you want, you can visit my Discord and share your portfolio, and I can create a review for your portfolio then the next time. And of course, I have to say, and I will say it like next Monday again. Of course, it's just from my perspective. Please do not take it personal. Take it professional. Take it like a lesson. And yeah, of course, some day I was telling like, what was it? I was telling like, hey, do not create for your portfolio. Do not create. This is something I can share with you right now. Do not create too much fan art for your portfolio. Create pieces like this. Okay, this is not a fan art. It's just some kind of wolf, some kind of werewolf. Okay, from this can be from any game. Like this can be from Uncharted. This can be from I don't know a zombie game. This can be whatever. Okay, so do not create too much fan art. Like I said, I create fan art because I am a creator. Like I'm a YouTube creator, and I want to share with you something you know already. Okay. So people can notice or are noticing things and clicking more. Like okay, because people want to see what they already know already. Yeah. But when you want to be employed in a studio, please do not create, especially as a beginner artist, do not create any fan art at all. Leave fan art completely out of your portfolio. And someone was telling like, hey, but how can you tell it? Because many like professionals are doing a lot of fan art, but and I told like, Yeah, sure, but professionals are professional, okay? Professionals do not care because they are good enough, their portfolio is big enough that they can have some pieces in between, like fan art, okay? They do not care, but on a beginner artist, I recommend to not have any fan art at all. And this has many reasons. I have a video about this on Patreon as well, where I like list. I have a list like what is like against the creation of fan art in beginner artist, junior artist portfolios. Yes, of course. You are asking like um, it's a difficult thing. Like many people think like when I want to be employed in I don't know like for Nintendo, I show them that I create like Super Mario or I mean fan art of Super Mario, of Zelda, of Link, whatever. And this shows the company, the studio, that I love them or that I want to be like employed there. But they actually do not want to see something they already know. I mean, this is their art. Okay, they do not want to have a rip off of their art or a like a different version of their art. Okay, they love their own stuff, like original stuff, and they do not yeah want actually see their stuff in another version. I hope this makes sense. This is the one thing I would say, no, do not create fan art of a specific studio. The second thing is when you want to be employed with Zelda, with the Sonic creators. I don't know who, like who is creating Sonic, um, Sega, right? When you want to be employed at Sega, just as an example, okay, there was a rivalry between these studios, and and you are applying to the studio like who is working on Sonic with Mario. They tell like we do not like Mario, and maybe he wants to be more employed at Nintendo, but he is applying to us. Why ever? That's why it's not good for us. I mean, do not apply for a job with like with a piece from another studio. Okay, with a fan art from another studio. This is why you are spending a lot of time on creating Mario, for example. Okay, for creating like I don't know what from some like fan art from Mario. You are spending a lot of time, but you can with Mario you can just apply to Nintendo. Okay, but with a piece like this, which has no brand on it, you can apply actually to every studio you want. However, on the other hand, of course, you need to create pieces in their style. That means when you want to be employed at Nintendo, of course, you have to create art, Nintendo art, okay, which is family friendly and funny and really creative and this stuff. You cannot apply for Nintendo with a piece like with a werewolf like this one. Okay, will never happen or will never work. actually, because they will look at it and say like, okay, he doesn't want to be employed in Nintendo. He wants more be employed at Dark Souls or whatever, how it's called, the studio from Dark Souls. And they say like, oh no, it's not for us. Okay, so you have to be sure where you want to go when you spend time on like pieces like this. Of course, you can have a mixed portfolio with like cute stuff and more serious stuff, like, or whatever. But actually, this doesn't work for many studios. They want when they create like Mario stuff, Mario type of characters, Mario type of games. They want to see from their like employees Mario stuff or Mario style. So yeah, it's actually not easy to explain. That's why I'm creating this portfolio session for you to go more into depth with this. Yeah, but yeah, like I said, create pieces like in their style, but not their not fan art of their characters, environments, or whatever. Create your own like version. I mean, not your own version. I mean, a non-branded characters like this. And if, like I said, and if someone like pros, pro artists are doing something, that doesn't mean that this is like suitable for a beginner artist. This is something that many pro artists are actually getting wrong on YouTube. They are telling like, oh, pro artists do this and do the same. No, pro artists do whatever they want, but you are a junior artist. You cannot do anything you want. You have to be able like to do things for the studio. Pro artists do whatever they want, but this doesn't apply to a beginner or to a junior artist. Like with just break it down like on a personal level, like I always say. Um, break it down to a personal level. When you want, like, do you watch like sports, for example? Okay, and you watch like soccer, football, boxing, whatever, and someone tells you like, oh, you want to go you want to be a boxer, then do like heavyweight boxing. Okay, but I'm not a heavyweight person. Okay, for heavyweight you have to weight like 100 kilos or whatever. um and when someone is telling like, oh, like pro boxers are doing this and this, or pro bodybuilders are doing this and this, and pro soccer players are doing this and this, yeah, of course, they are pros. They are like getting money for being this good, or I don't know, like they are doing this for years and they are built like this. Okay, like I see it a lot. I'm working out a little bit in a gym, and I see it a lot like on the internet, like, hey, do you want to have a six pack? Then do this. And this just applies to a like pro athlete. But when you are a beginner athlete, I mean, when you just work out some days in a week, um, then these methods of training do not work for you. Okay, this will not work because you cannot eat like this, you cannot train like this, you cannot be like this, you cannot, like, I don't know, you have a job, you have kids, you have this and this, I don't know, this doesn't apply to everybody. Okay, so watch for your own needs, watch for your own, like, what can you do actually. This is more important than doing something that pros do, because pros are like paid for being like this, like built like this, or do pro stuff. Okay. So this, it's actually a trap which many people are stepping in. Like they watch something pros do, like being whatever or doing whatever, and they think, oh, when a pro does it, then I have to do the same thing. But actually, no, you have to do different things. You have to do beginner stuff. When you are a beginner, you have to do beginner stuff. And don't even watch pro. I mean, of course, you can watch pro stuff, but do not think that you have to do the same thing. But more of this next week on Monday. To be continued. Um, okay, like I'm not this far like I wanted to be, but actually I'm pretty happy with the overall. I mean, from the front of from the overall of the overall piece, I'm pretty happy with it. Um, I would create these quickly. Of course, he has some hand wraps there. I did it a little bit. I was too fast in creating like inflate brush is sometimes helping a lot with pieces like this. Yeah, you're welcome. I hope this helps some people with, yeah, like being realistic about their expectations. Yeah, like be realistic with your expectations. Can you do certain things? Yeah, like make doesn't make sense. I don't know. Like anyway, I extract this one as well. So with this stage, you can be actually pretty messy, and I really enjoy this stage a lot. Like this blocking stage. How would I create this? It's actually a very, very creative stage. Yeah, actually, working out helps you a lot with getting a feeling for anatomy. I do a lot like when I create characters for example, in pose. I always watch my own body as a reference. Okay, it's getting messy here. Switch on backface masking and build this a little bit back like this. They are, of course, a little bit too much or too big, I think. Okay, let's do some proportions on the legs. I think my legs are a little bit too long there. Don't worry when they are a little bit wonky here. You can, I mean, I do not have any details on the legs anyway, so yeah, I think more like this. Shorter legs, a little bit shorter. Okay, I think I have enough for today. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed my creation. Like always, I would love to create to finish this piece, but like I told earlier, it's not always possible. I'm very busy creating yeah, creating some tools for you guys, some courses, of course, and yeah, and of course Patreon and this stuff. So please join me on my Discord if you want. It's totally for free. You find the link in the description. And yeah, if you need a like coach for your learning, I'm free on my Patreon. You can get uh, some some coaching and of course videos. You can have a look there. Thank you. Thank you very much, Scott. Um, you can have a look there, and of course, you can watch the preview videos if you want to figure out if this is something for you. My like coaching videos are called character creation assist. So there are many, like about 28 or so already. So you can watch them as a course, for example, because they are building on top of each other. And yeah, I'm creating, like I said, I'm working on courses for you, and I will rebuild here and there something on Patreon. I want Patreon to be a little bit more affordable for more people, um, like lowering the price and reworking the concept on Patreon. But this happens like in the next half a year or so. I'm not sure when. So don't worry when you are right now in Patreon. You there will be not like changing anything like right now, but in the future. Um, yeah, like I said, I hope this demonstration helps you with blocking out. Please have a look at my Gumroad. There you find um, this base mesh and some other stuff. I'm working on two other tools right now. There is a rendering tool for ZBrush available right now, and I'm working on another one, like an advanced one. This one is for preview rendering, like when you want your. I can show you like. Uh, yeah, when you want your portfolio, your like studies. Of course, you have studies as a beginner, and especially as a beginner, you want to present your like studies in a more professional way. So do not present it like this. This is really, really flat. And this one has more contrast, has more dynamics in the lighting, in the shadowing and the stuff. And of course, it's to my opinion, it's popping a lot more. To my opinion, it's drawing more attention to your portfolio. And yeah, give it a try if you want. And this helps me, of course, with my with financing this channel, and I mean this channel, and of course my other channels. Yes, on Discord you can share your portfolio. There is a portfolio section. I can show you. Let me see. Discord. I think I can show it like this. Yeah, there is a portfolio section where you can show your portfolio here. And yeah, and I have some like whip projects there. I post um, jobs I find online here frequently, so you can apply for jobs. Then, of course, you find like live stream content, like the artworks I'm using, some announcement like what's going on when I'm on vacation or when I'm back, I'm posting here. Um, what else? Some tutorials I find useful. Maybe you can use them for your learning. And of course, some inspirational things like how to create I mean, this one is, I think, 10 years old, and I still think this holds up as a like learning how to create game ready pieces. So yeah, this is stuff I'm sharing there, and of course you can share your portfolio there, and I can create a live review. Please be informed that you will be exposed in some way. Okay, so please do not. I mean, I review or I watch them before, and please make sure that there is nothing like there is nothing there where I cannot show like on YouTube online. Okay, so when there is something nudity or whatever, I will not show it. Okay, so I'm still working on the concept. Maybe I will like create screenshots and like in Photoshop I will draw over. I think I will go more for this concept for my review, but I will see on the weekend. I will have a look there and work work out a concept for next time. Okay, thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for the participation in discussion in the chat. Was really really cool to talk to you, and yeah, that you shared your stuff, your thoughts, and yeah, I really really enjoyed it. Thank you very much, and yeah, I see you next time. Bye bye.